So come in and sit a while, let on your weary smile. We can talk about nothing at all. And funny how life's like this, we're born to die. One's blessed and what's in between is me and you. And I ain't got no worries, man, cause all I need is a melody. Cause we were the desert blue that burst through the morning light. We'll be the last, we'll be the last to leave. And all that has made me indestructible. And all my demons are gone to the ground. All that has made me invincible. And all my demons are gone to the bound from Babylon, a line from so brave and song. We were so very far, so far from the truth. Can you pass me that bottle, man? I'm in need of some comfort, and all I need is a helping hand. And I ain't got no worries, man, cause all I need is a melody. Cause we were the desert bloom that burst through the morning light. We'll be the last, we'll be the last to leave. Oh, that is made me indestructible, and all my demons have gone through the ground. Oh, that has made me invincible, and all my demons have gone through the ground. Oh, that has made me indestructible, and all my demons have gone through the ground. Oh, that has made me invincible, and all my demons have gone through the ground. And all that has made me indestructible, and all my demons have gone to the ground. All that has made me invincible, and all my demons have gone to the ground. All that has made me indestructible, and all my demons have gone to the ground. All that has made me invincible, and all my demons have gone to the ground.
Well, you certainly got the studio pumping this morning, guys.
Well, good morning.
Very, very funky. Now, you only got together 4 months before you made your first album. How tough was that?
Pretty rough. I mean, the first album's just come out a couple of months ago. I mean, literally, the band hadn't sort of settled onto themselves, really. We've only sort of just done that now. So, I mean, we've started recording for the second album now already. So, I mean, it's been under a year, so...
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and why the quick pace?
Well, essentially, you know, there's no reason to sort of linger at this sort of end of the world, if you know what I mean, and sort of spend years doing it. So we're the kind of band, you kind of do the first album, you don't like the first one, fine, here's the second, you don't like that, here's the third. That's basically how it works, yeah.
Now, Lee, you went to ground, the whole band went to ground in Rotorua to record. Why did you go there?
Well, we mainly rehearsed the album there. It was just in this little place called Mamaku, which were interesting to see for the first time. And just as mate had an house there, so we just had no one bothering us or anything, so we're cool, just sit there all weekend and sorted the album out.
Do you think that had some influence over what kind of songs you made on the album?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of isolation, sort of melancholy in the songs, I think, as well, and that had to do with sort of being stuck in the middle of a field in a rundown shack. You know, so, you know, that sort of comes through on the album, which is good, you know, because there's a certain sort of sadness, but there's a sort of uplifting thing about it as well, yeah.
And on the picture of the cover of your album is a photo from that area where you were.
Yeah, apparently that's in that New Zealand's first movie theatre.
Yeah, that was one of New Zealand's first movie theatres, actually, that there, right, gone, yeah. So that's the main drag of where we actually rehearsed.
Wow.
So it's a one-horse town, brilliant place, cold but brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, there's 6 of you in the band. That's quite a lot. How did you all meet?
Some of us are from the UK. A lot of us have spent time in the UK as well. So the 3 of us actually have been in a room before in the UK and going to the same bars, but we didn't know each other. So we sort of came back and met up and sort of, you know, connected the dots basically. And yeah, it's just a really weird thing. So, and that was about September when Lee arrived in New Zealand.
And why did you come to New Zealand, Lee?
I've never been here before. So
And you just turned up?
Yeah, I just thought I'd come and have a look, yeah.
And are you want to stay here long term?
Me and my girlfriend have just got our permanent residence at the moment, so we're pretty chuffed about that. Because a year's a bit too short, isn't it? So.
And how is the second album going to be different to the first for you guys?
It's probably a little bit more focused, I think. I mean, there's more sort of contribution. The first album's kind of more me showing the guys some songs, basically. Because I was going to do it originally by myself. I didn't know all these guys. So, and I sort of grouped them in one by one, and eventually it was like, well, OK, we're about to become a band. I think we should, you know, sort of sit down and start writing songs together. So that's what the second album's more like. So it's going to be more, basically... And there's it'll be a little bit more straighter, but a little bit more, you know, song-oriented and a little bit shorter, so...
Now, you've been described, Solomon, and your voice has been described as being quite melancholic. It gives it the song's a melancholic kind of vibe. How do you get that kind of voice?
You know, I mean, favourite vocalists for me are like people like Bob Marley. You know, there's a certain sadness in an uplifting sort of way, you know, all these sorts of things. None of the sort of whiskey-throated singers I think that perhaps some people would think, but yeah, it's more to do with... I mean, yeah, I'd say Bob Marley, I love Macy Gray, all that sort of thing as well, you know, so along with a host of sort of really odd, you know, Tom Waits, huge Tom Waits fans, so, yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed your first album, and I'm sure your second will be just fabulous, so we'll all look forward to that. Thanks for coming along.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
We'll hear you later in the show, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.